Even animals should learn not to stick their noses where it hurts.
Not sure myself.
You're not going to go to the hot labs, are you?
Probably.
Where did they come from? Were they in the lab? I never went in the high security areas.
And more supplies that we can't take. Quarantine and barracks.
What?
Well, I guess we'd start the usual line of questioning.
You're a member of the science teams?
Recently transferred, yes.
What do you do here?
Molecular genetics. I specialize in biotic-enhanced allele-specific hybridization.
Okay then.
You seem less upset at this situation than the others.
That is one of the virtues of the meditation you interrupted.
Tell me about yourself.
I am Alestia Alice from the University of Arraeus. Is there anything in particular you want to know, or should I just spout random facts?
You're a member of the science teams?
Recently transferred, yes.
Oh, forget about it.
Sorry, I'll leave.
Then I will return to my meditations.
Uncertain. I welcome you. Cautiously, I am curious to know what you're doing here.
Well, let's try to start things off on a good foot.
I heard there were some problems up here.
Furtively, I am concerned about the state of our guards. Many have been awake for days. For now, with forced cheer, I still have a limited supply of equipment to sell.
This seems a bit odd.
This doesn't seem like the time for commerce.
With nervous amusement, I have nothing else to do. Why not continue to run my kiosk?
Alright.
Let's have a look.
Regretfully, most of my stock is being appropriated by Captain Ventrellis.
Understandable. Ugh. Hideous phoenix armor. They certainly charge enough for some of this equipment. Ah, Metagel. That actually probably would be a wise investment. And another license for different types of equipment. No harm getting that either. I think that's probably everything he'd want to purchase. Yeah. Restricted areas. Fun. The medical bay. This is a place I wanted to go.
I know you'd have a cure by now.
Very sick people.
What do you want?
Were they attacked by the aliens?
They're suffering from a toxin. There was an accident. I have a non-disclosure agreement. I shouldn't discuss it with anyone outside of the company.
But you're going to, because I might be able to help.
And I'd like to think that the company finds our lives more valuable than their secrets. You know Mira, the VI for Peak 15? She handles the safety protocols for our experiments here.
We reactivated her on our way through Central Station.
That was you? I'm grateful. Until she came online, the automatic equipment wouldn't work. We lost the connection to Mira in the middle of an experiment and the quarantine failed. These three were exposed to a toxin, something we were working on.
Time to make an appeal.
I understand your caution, but I need details. What you say won't go beyond these walls.
It's a bioweapon, based on an exotic life form discovered on the frontier. They wanted something that could kill the creature. But there was no profit in something that kills one species on the frontier. We kept working on it and adapted it to affect more species. Thoros B is highly infectious, but can't pass from one person to another, like a biowar attack without a pandemic spread.
Do you imagine that distinction makes this ethical?
Militaries, governments, they'll get this kind of weapon one way or another, and we're trying to limit the damage. I know you can't see that.
Yeah, that does sound about right.
You made this but can't cure it. Don't you people take notes?
Our first priority was getting it working. We were close to synthesizing an antidote when Mira went down. Our notes and equipment are locked in the quarantine labs. Captain Ventralis doesn't want to risk more contamination.
Is he right to keep people out?
No, the toxin has a brief period of viability. After that, it breaks down into simple protein chains. But he won't listen to me.
Getting something to treat these people should be a priority.
I'll talk to him. Maybe I can convince him to let me try.
I can't ask you to do this officially, but if you can do anything, I'd appreciate it.
How's the science team holding up?
Better than Ventralis' guards. They've been on alert since the first attack. I've been administering stims at their request. But every species needs to sleep. They're getting twitchy, irrational.
I noticed.
Are you the doctor here?
I'm a doctor, but not the doctor. My specialty is microbiology, not first aid. We had a medic, Dr. Salah, but we lost him. The automatics can handle basic treatment. Mira runs them.
Not a good situation.
What will it take to get the cure for these people?
The quarantine labs are near the science team's quarters. Once you're in there, look for our notes. It should just be a matter of following our processes.
And I'll do it.
Talk to you later.
I hope you can do something.
Hope so too. For their sake. Before we head down to the quarantined area, it might make more sense to go speak with the captain first. And at the very least get permission.
Something you need?
I've heard about the problems in the quarantine lab. I'd like to recover the toxin cure.
God, I wish we could help those guys. I really do, but we can't risk contamination now.
Dr. Cohen says there's no risk of contamination.
All right, you want to gamble with your life, you're not under my command. I'll have the guard let you in, but he'll lock the door behind you. He'll run a full scan before he'll let you out. If there are any anomalies, you stay in there.
Do what it takes.
If that's the only way you'll let us in, I agree.
I'll radio ahead to let the guard know. Good luck.
I've got work to do.
You and me both.
Well, ladies, fine mission this is turning out to be. Knock, knock. Much needed.
You came to find out about them, didn't you?
Huh?
You mean those things out there?
Yes. I'm the only survivor from the hot lab, you know.
I need to know more about those things out there.
About the Rachni?
Rachni? That's preposterous.
What exactly is he talking about?
You're involved in this. What can you tell me?
They found it in a derelict ship. An egg. Waiting since the last battles. They brought it here.
Shut up! God, you want to get us killed?
I don't have any control over who lives or dies here. Do you?
If you're gonna be crazy, be the quiet kind.
Crazy? I'm sane. God, am I sane.
The Rachni. They have a name.
I need to know everything about the Rachni.
I told you all I can. We brought the Rachni back from the dead. In retrospect, a bad decision.
I heard you were at the hot labs. How did you make it out alive?
I killed her.
Who?
Doctors on Muir. We were going to lunch when the alarms went off. I ran into the tram, and I closed the doors. She banged on the window once, then they sliced her to pieces. Her head came apart like a melon. I closed the door. I killed her.
Tell me what you know. I'll make your survival mean something.
You think I want absolution? There is none.
Could Matriarch Benezia survive in the hot labs?
It's possible. The specimens were sensitive to biotics.
It's a good thing that we brought Leora along then.
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
Okay, this one will get you. How can you tell jokes? So this hydrogen says to another hydrogen, I lost my electron.
Really not in a joking mood right now. This is what we're looking for.
You're not part of the crew. I have Ventralis's permission to go in there.
Yeah, he radioed. He also said you have to prove you're not contaminated to get out. You got a death wish? You should stand watches on the barricade.
I see a medkit. Every little bit counts.
Your mission ends here, Shepard. What the hell?
Well, that explains the attitude.
What happened to Ventralis's man?
I didn't have permission to come in. He got in my way. I was ordered to eliminate you should the opportunity arise. And here you are, trapped in this lab. Weapons free!
Well, that explains an awful lot, doesn't it? Complete with Geth. Put our shields up. strip hers. This is not a good time. Need to strip those shields, or do something to get them distracted. Singularity, maybe. If you lost shields, then put them back up. God damn biotics. Down she goes. Make a little unity's in order. Another one down. Well, seems like a good time for a grenade. What a mess.
Perimeter clear.
Oh, I didn't see this in here. And of course we're not getting anything open. Fantastic. Killed him in cold blood. And did it so quietly too that the others didn't even notice.
Out of there.
I presume you're talking about the Geth?
You mean the Geth? The inorganics the Asari had with her.
Venezia brought them with her.
How can I get into the maintenance area?
A team lead would have access. Like Dr. Cohen. He's in the medical bay.
Looks like that's the man we need to talk to then.
I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
And that's bound to lead somewhere too. Not sure where this is supposed to go. Maintenance. That's what we need clearance for. Gotta figure out some way to protect myself against those biotics. I think the doctor is going to be pleased.
What the hell are you looking at? You want me to use this?
Relieved. It's pleasant to see you well.
I'll see you later.
Grimly, I will hope it is so.
And the first thing we should do is notify the doctor, and then the captain as well.
Is that the cure? You did it?
With difficulties.
That Asari scientist, the one in the mess hall, she just tried to kill us.
Alestia? That's unbelievable. Well, I don't know much about her. She arrived a month ago. One of the shareholders pulled strings to get her here.
Let me guess. Saren the Spectre.
Yes. I think that was the name. I don't pay attention to the other research teams. Look. The guards. They've been more on edge since you got here. I think they were expecting you. And there are more labs in the back. The guards won't even let me back there. Just people with clearance.
Well, I appreciate the warning. And I have to say, at this point, Arthur is pretty impressed with William's intuition.
Thanks for the warning. Here's the cure.
Let me see that file. An extension on Phelps' work? I thought he was on the right track. I can't thank you enough that... Oh, God, what a cliché. You saved their lives, do you know that?
Glad to hear it. Speaking of saving lives...
Could you spare a few medical packs? They're worth their weight in gold up here.
You didn't get these from me. Ventralis wanted them saved for his people. I need to administer this. Thanks again.
Thank you. What about gaining access? It's something else. I hadn't thought to ask at the time. Girls, if you wouldn't mind.
I do not like this place. Too many dark secrets.
There, now you figured yourself out.
They seem to be coming along well.
I need to get into the maintenance areas.
You're not supposed to go back there. But I guess there's nothing to hurt. Here's my pass. Just don't tell the guards.
They won't know a thing.
Talk to you later.
Of course. Be careful.
Should we talk to the captain? Might not be the best decision. No. We're going to be accessing maintenance. I should just go ahead and do it. As much as I might feel compelled to report what